My privilege to yield 2 minutes to another distinguished member of the committee, Mr. Crowley.
The gentleman from New York is recognized for 2 minutes.
I thank my friend for yielding me this time. Here we are once again, wasting our constituents' time by voting on the exact same action the administration has already taken. Apparently, we must yet again dismantle important parts of the Affordable Care Act. We keep hearing that these votes are necessary because of the, quote, burden, unquote, that's out there for individuals and their families. Let me tell you about what I worry about in terms of burdens for my constituents. The burden of a young worker knowing that she's stuck in a job that's bad for her, but she keeps it because it's the only place where she can get health insurance. The burden of a father trying desperately to find an insurance plan that will cover his son, even though his son has diabetes. The burden of a mother living in constant fear that her family could lose their home because without insurance, one unexpected medical episode could lead to bankruptcy. Relieving those burdens is why I supported the Affordable Care Act, and I don't understand why my colleagues on the other side of the aisle are so eager to tear that down. Later today, we'll be voting on whether to undermine one of the key pieces of the law that is responsible for actually making coverage more affordable. In fact, just this morning, as Ron Kine mentioned earlier, it was announced that in my state of New York, these very provisions are cutting the cost of a family to buy their own insurance by half, by over 50%. I know that was a difficult article for you all to read this morning. But instead of applauding this critical relief for families, my colleagues on the other side of the aisle plan to attack the parts of the very law that made that possible in the first place. I've even heard reports that some opponents of the law are urging people to burn their so-called Obamacare cards and not buy insurance in protest. Well, as an aside, I would want to point out for my colleagues, there's no such thing as an Obamacare card. So be careful not to burn your fingers when you're using your imaginary prop. But I just don't understand why they wouldn't want their constituents to have access to affordable quality insurance that these people currently can't get now. Please do not vote for these bills. They undermine the spirit of this country.
Gentleman
Yield back the balance of my time.
from Michigan.